because this is our reorganization meeting, I am opening up for nominations for chairperson of the Brookline School Board for the 2025-2026 term. Do I have a nomination?
I would like to nominate Allison.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Would anyone like to speak to that nomination?
I mean, I would be happy to. With Allison's educational background and her current work, being on the board for 2 years, I think she would help lead us in a really positive direction this year.
Thank you.
Do I have any other nominations? Okay, let's call a vote. All in favor of Allison for board chair?
I will just vote for myself.
Tight race.
Congratulations.
You are now the chair and you take over.
Great. So when I misstep, because I haven't done this all but once, just let me know. All right, so we also need to identify our vice chairperson for the year. So I would like to see if there are any nominations for vice chair.
I will nominate Tracy Perry for vice chair.
I would second that. Does anybody want to speak to that nomination?
I mean, I think Tracy did a great job last year, and I think it's a good to have continuity in that position, and I think, yeah, it's happy to do it.
Would you accept that?
I mean, the speech or?
You know, the position, great. Can we take a vote, all in favor, for Tracy as vice chair? All right, 3-0. Okay. Secretary. Okay, so do we have any nominations for secretary for the Brookline School Board for 2025 to 26 term?
Sorry.
I would like to nominate Johanna.
I will second Johanna. Do we have any discussion surrounding that we'd like to have?
I mean, I think she did a great job last year, and she keeps us all on track. So.
We'll see how that goes.
Were you secretary last year?
No, I was the secretary of the SAU.
That was me.
Oh, jeez.
I was, but I was a secretary of another SAU board. Yes.
Oh,
All right, so,
jeez. I rescind that assumption that she was secretary last year.
well, we're both in roles, so tag your how's that?
Like, rescind the fact that you did a good job.
No, you did a good job with the SAU board.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I know what you meant.
Excellent. All right, so can we vote on the election of Johanna to the position of secretary of the Brookline School Board? All in favor? All right, 3-0. All right, can we appoint signers and manifest members?
Yes.
Even if they're absent?
Yes.
Fabulous.
They do need to come in and sign, but I did onboard Lynn. Heather's coming next week, and so I already explained what the role is.
Fabulous. So do I need to make a motion, or can I just appoint Heather and Lynn as signers and of the manifests with Johanna, since she's the secretary, as an alternate?
Yes, that's fine. Well, and I already said that I'd be willing
Right.
to sign for the alternate and for the SAU.
Do we need to vote on that, or can we just appoint it?
You're appointed.
Fabulous.
That's
That's
helpful, but
done.
no, you don't get signatures.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You
get
guys,
mine.
just as the alternate, you can.
Do you want me
have
to
Johanna.
sign for the SAU board too?
That's in May.
We do that in May.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I won't
Yeah.
volunteer for
When
that.
we reorg in May, and I will happily not
No,
be a
do
signer
not,
of the
do not.
manifest. I know, I did it this past year. I'm good.
That's okay.
All right. Let's see. So what I'm going to ask, I think this is the conversation that was lightly happening when I walked in. There are several committee appointments that we need for the upcoming year, and they're listed here in our doc. So what I would ask is that you email me what you are interested in, and then we can go through those appointments at the next meeting, and I will reach out to Lynn and Heather for the same.
Could I ask if anyone is really excited about being on the policy committee?
What time does, I don't mind being on the policy committee, what time does it meet? And do I have to be in person?
It's a lot easier in person, just because we're flipping screens
Yeah,
and looking
okay.
at multiple things. Historically, we've met on Monday mornings at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so I could do that technically in the fall, right now that would be tricky, but I don't mind doing it, but it's just I have Aisling in the mornings. I don't think she would be a benefit to the policy board meetings because she just requires a lot of attention. So I'm happy to do it, but just knowing that I may not be able to be in person until the fall when she starts full day.
Is there a day that you can?
Thursdays I could be in her because my husband's home on Thursdays.
Okay. But you're interested in policy?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I would be interested in doing policy. That's fine.
Is that one that we need to figure out for tonight?
Yeah, we have a ton of policies we need to move
Policy
forward.
meetings, maybe a different time, like we did like a 12 o'clock or 1.
Yeah, if you do it after I drop her off at school, that's fine.
Like on Mondays?
Monday, yeah, she's in school Monday through Thursday from 12
okay.
to 2:30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
so
do-
you could do it in the afternoon
Yep,
even. just on
absolutely.
Thursdays. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so I can do that.
Thank you, I really appreciate that.
Are you, do we have to vote on that, or is that another
You're
appointed?
appointed.
Oh, Tracy, are you comfortable with that?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, great.
You
All right,
usually
so
have
we're-
fight over policy.
It was Kelly last year.
Yeah, it was Kelly last year. All right, are there any other that need to be dealt with this evening that can't wait?
I think we're good.
Okay, so you guys will just
I'll
email
email
me
you,
what
yeah.
you're interested in, and then we'll flush that out. And it'll be yours if nobody else is interested
I
in
want the
it.
teacher luncheon. If
I know
anyone
you do.
takes that from me, I will fight them. I love it.
Luckily, more than one can do it.
Yes,
Okay, I'm just saying, I have a
luncheon
system.
by committee.
So if
It'll be
they
fun.
interfere with my system, you're gonna just. I made a spreadsheet. It's so much easier to just go down the spreadsheet.
Do we have any agenda adjustments that we know
We
of?
do not.
Okay, so I can skip all this?
We have.
Or do I have to go to nominations and resignations?
We have correspondence, we have resignations.
Okay, so I'll start with nominations. Do you have any nominations that you need to go through?
Not so much as, I'm gonna be letting you know of some switches.
Okay.
That would have been a nomination, but won't be because they're internal. So Stephanie Rogers is moving from full-time preschool teacher to half-time preschool teacher, half-time pre-K coordinator.
Which, can I just say, I'm very excited for that. She's going to be great, and I'm really glad, selfishly, that she's doing it after my daughter leaves preschool.
She's still teaching.
No, I just don't know how Aisling would have gotten through preschool without Mrs. Rogers. So I think that that's a real win for us as a district to be able to keep her in that role.
Okay, and then Alyssa Olson is moving from half-time preschool, half-time SEL to 1.0 pre-K.
Also great. Love
Yeah.
that.
And then we also have Kim Bodette moving from grade 1 teacher to .6 reading teacher.
Okay.
She used to be our reading specialist at one point,
Yeah.
Okay.
so we just started.
Cool. Excellent. All right, do you have any resignations
I
that you
do.
need to go over? Great.
Okay.
hear
To
it.
the school board. With a heavy heart, I'm resigning my position as the reading specialist at CSDA as of June 30th, 2025, due to a work-related injury. I treasured my time with staff, administrators, and most importantly, the students I served. Signed, Rita Lewandowski.
Do you have any other resignations?
I do, but you need to accept this.
Oh. All right, so is this, when was this, at the end of the year?
Yep.
Okay. How do I word, do I just,
There should be a sample.
Yeah, motion.
I make a motion to accept the resignation
Yes.
of, what was
So
her?
you need a motion to accept the resignation of Rita Lewandowski.
Can
as
I
a reading
make that?
specialist.
Can I make that, though? Can I just say?
Often it's not the chair that makes
So
it.
I
Oh,
can,
just
I'll-
kidding.
I'll
Can
make
somebody
it.
make a
Yeah,
motion?
so I'll make a
Thanks.
motion to accept the resignation of Rita Lewandowski as a reading specialist at CSDA with an effective date of June 30th.
I can second that, though,
Yeah.
right? I will second that. All in favor? Really? I can't make the motions?
You can, but
Okay.
it's not
Okay.
always. Some boards don't allow it. All right,
All right, you two,
dear,
you're on the spot tonight.
dear Carrie Marsh, after much consideration, I have decided to submit my letter of resignation in an effort to pursue opportunities closer to home. My time in Brookline has helped me to grow as a professional, and I'm grateful for all the support I've received while here at CSDA. I look forward to using this experience to guide me as an educator moving forward. Thank you. Sincerely, Danielle Whitty, 4th grade teacher.
Can I have a
Alright.
motion?
I will make a motion to accept the resignation of Danielle Whitty as a fourth grade teacher at CSDA with an effective date of June 30th.
Yes.
Okay.
All in favor?
Who seconded?
Oh,
Oh, I'll second.
you'll second. Just thank you. See, I'm new to this. We're gonna be a
That's
little,
okay.
we're gonna be a little choppy until I get this under my,
That's all right.
under my belt. I'll have it down by next February.
Perfect.
All right,
Just
all in
time.
favor? Yep. Is that,
One more. Human Resources. I'm writing to inform you that I'm resigning my position as a third grade special ed teacher / case manager for Richard Mahakian Memorial School. I would like this to be effective June 30th, 2025. Thank you for the opportunity to work in your district. Sincerely, Sheila Earnhardt.
do I have a motion?
I will make a motion to accept the resignation of Sheila Earnhardt as a third grade case manager special education teacher at RMMS with an effective date of June 30th.
I'll second.
All in favor? Any more?
No.
Okay. Do you have any letters of intent to retire?
No.
All right. All right, so we need to do approval of minutes. Make sure I don't miss anything here. All right, so from the joint, from the December 18th, 2024 joint meeting between the Brookline School Board and the Finance Committee, the following amendments were offered. Page 4, line 21, correct the spelling of Corey. Page 8, line 37, delete she before superintendent-elect. Page 10, line 8, correct the spelling of Molinari. Page 13, line 22, replace understand with understanding. And page 17, line 25, replace assess with access. May I have a motion to accept the changes?
You can motion.
You just say so moved.
Or, so moved? So moved?
I'll second.
Okay. We have more adjustments from.
Can we vote?
Oh, we need a vote on that,
Oh.
too. All in favor? All right. The next one is from January 8th, 2024, the joint meeting between the Brookline School Board and the Finance Committee. The following amendments were offered.
It's 2025, by the way.
I was wondering about that. I read it because
really
I'm
behind.
trying. I was like, man, that's late. All right. Page 3, line 30, replace if with of. Page 4, line 5, the vote should read 310. Page 5, line 39, student should be plural. Page 10, line 20, correct the spelling of two. I'd like to accept this as amended and so moved. You're seconding?
Yes, I'll second.
Alright.
Sorry. I'll let you
All in
second next
favor?
time, Tracy.
All right. Oh, there's a lot of these tonight. Okay, we're getting caught up. Apologize. So from January 8th, 2025, this was from the Brookline School Board public hearing. The following amendment was offered, page 8, line 37, correct the spelling of going. I make a motion to accept that so as moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor? All right, from February 5th, 2025, from the Brookline School Board deliberative session, there is nothing. Why is that there? Why is that there like that? Is there really nothing there?
So there's no amendments, so
Okay.
we just have to accept the minutes
Oh, so we're,
as presented.
can I have a motion to accept the minutes as
I would
presented?
like to make a motion to accept the minutes from the deliberative session on February 5th as presented.
I will second that. All in favor? All right, we will need a motion to accept the minutes from the February 19th, 2025 Brookline School Board public hearing.
I would like to make a motion to accept the minutes from February 19th, 2025 public hearing as presented.
I will second. All in favor? All right. From the February 27th, 2025 special Brookline School Board meeting, the following amendment was offered, page 5, line 26, to correct the spelling of if. I'll make a motion to accept this, so moved.
I'll second.
All in favor? The next one, we need to accept the minutes from the February 27th, 2025 Public School Board, from the Brookline School Board Public Hearing as presented.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the February 27th, 2025 Brookline School Board Public Hearing.
I will second. All in favor? Okay. I am following this because I don't see the actual agenda up on board docs, so is that fine?
Yeah, it's not on board docs.
It's, it is on, you should have received an email.
Did not.
Okay.
That I have seen in the last 8 hours.
No, it went out like last week, so we'll check on that. But,
Okay.
so we've moved to a new platform, so if you go to, SAU41.org.
Because otherwise I'll keep plowing through this in this order, and I don't know if that's right.
It's probably right, she filled it off with us. So if you go, under school boards, there's diligent community.
Oh, okay, see, I've been going to board docs, I was like, I had no
Yep,
idea
so-
we moved to a
I
different.
didn't know we moved.
This is our, it's not perfect yet, this is our trial run. One great thing about, I guess this is communication, correspondence, one great thing about diligent communities, it gives, the community the ability to sign up for notifications when agendas have been published.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And it also, I know that some members were very concerned about the requirement to click on everything individually. So it gives you the ability to go to print version, agenda packet, and everything opens as one large PDF. And you can just scroll down if you so desire. But it just, so.
Yeah, if we could check, because I definitely did not get an email about that,
Okay.
so if we could.
Nope, I didn't.
Yeah, I
do
think
that.
it went out on Friday, but apologies.
No worries.
We always send it out, so if you didn't get it, then just send an email saying,
Okay.
why did I not get it?
I guess I was
So,
like, there it is.
we do need to move to non-public though then, right?
Yes.
In this, okay. So, I can't make that motion?
I
Okay.
mean, you can. See, we thought you were off the hook.
I would like to make a motion that the board by roll call go into non-public session pursuant to RSA 91A:3, 2A, the dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee, and RSA 91(3)(a)(2)(c) to discuss a matter which, if discussed in public, would likely affect adversely the reputation of a person other than a member of the body or agency itself.
I will second that. We need to go, can we, vote by roll call, please? We'll start with Joanna.
Yeah, Johanna Shriver Halligan, yay.
Tracy, I.
Allison Mannion, aye. So we're going in at 6:23. We will be back. So,
Can we do a quick introduction of everyone now that Lynn arrived at 6:25?
yes, but before we do that, can I open public so that, because it has to
It
sit
is
open?
Did we open it?
We, public? It already was open.
Public commentary?
Oh, public
Public
comment.
input?
Oh,
Can I,
sorry.
because it has to be open
Yeah,
for
that's
30
fine.
minutes, right?
Go for it.
All right, do I need to make a motion or can I just say it? I'm opening public comment at 7:11. And since nobody is here, we will continue on. Yes, now that we've had additional board members join us. Yeah, I would love us to just do an introduction, kind of all the way around. We want to start, which end do we want to start at?
Why don't we start with Lynn?
Excellent.
Welcome, Lynn.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Lynn Powers. I live here in Brookline. I don't know if there's a specific format for this for introduction.
Just, Lori, great, you're a new board member.
Yeah, I'm a new
so-
board member, recently elected, which I was pretty excited about. I can't wait to learn and help as much as possible. I have two kids that do attend RMMS. They're 9 and 7. They're in 3rd grade and 1st grade, and we'll be my 3rd grader's obviously rising to CSDA next year. So it's cool to be a part of this to help them affect their education and make sure, be a part of the community. So,
Great.
yeah,
Welcome.
thank you.
Johanna Shriver-Halligan, returning for my 2nd year.
Tracy Perry returning for my 3rd year.
Allison Mannion returning for my 3rd year as well.
Gina Bergstock, Superintendent-elect.
Hi, Lauren DiGennaro, Director of Student Services.
Dan Molinari, Principal at RMS, 10th year in the district.
And Trisha Boulay, principal at CSDA, my 5th year, and retiring in June.
And Donna Smith, the Assistant Business Administrator at the SAU. And I'm going into my 5th year as well.
Excellent. Before we move to the principal's report, I actually have 2 other things. I have to backtrack to our appointments if we can, because there's actually 2 things I need to bring up. The first is this board, at the governing board meeting, the SAU 41 governing board asked us to identify one board member to be present on the current superintendent Corey's exit interview. And we do need to establish who that person is.
Do we have to nominate?
No,
someone?
I know, I think that's an appointment, but I think just between the 4 of us, we need to decide who.
I think you should do it.
Would be, that. I mean, I'm willing to, but
Well,
I
you
want to see if
wanted
any,
to.
I do, but I want to see if anybody else is
Okay.
interested
I-
in sitting on that
No, I'm
exit
not.
interview. Okay, so that'll be me. And then the other thing that, I thought about, it was in terms of the committee appointments down here, what's not on here, and I don't know if we actually need it, so I'm just gonna raise it real quick. The town did okay us to do the study to enter the co-op, fully from K to 12, and again, just the study alone, and I'm wondering if we wanna have a board member spearhead that and put that, so I wanna add that to the list of, potential committees
Yeah.
for next year, so if you are interested from our board, when you email me what you're interested in doing from this list of committee appointments, so Lynn, I'm kind of rephrasing that for you, and I'll reach out, but add to that, the co-op study, so if you're interested in leading up that committee, because I don't.
Is that the Brookline Cooperative Study Committee under SAU 41 Governing Board, or is that something different?
I'm on the policy committee.
Is that?
We have to appoint that one, and then
Brookline Cooperative Study
You
Committee?
email, I like
Oh.
Is that something
Maybe
different?
that's, no.
Or is that
I don't
what-
know.
Is that is that what we voted
Maybe.
for?
Oh, you're right.
That's it, okay, I didn't see it on there, and, sorry, I
No.
apologize, it's been a long day.
we have
Okay,
negotiate-
good,
that's two
never mind.
negotiations.
Okay,
So
in,
you just basically email us and whichever ones.
in that case, then, I think we're okay to move on to our principals report, so, to our principals we go.
Good evening.
Okay.
The first page of our principal's report just has our historical enrollment history as a reference. And moving on, we have our highlights for, we haven't met since, January, I think? We had a deliver, so in February, we had some exciting events. We had Neil Stone has come to visit each of our grade levels, which is really great because he works on conduct and kind of goes along with our SEL lessons that we're working on throughout the building. Grade 2 visited the Seaside Center in Manchester. That was a great trip. I was able to go and attend for a little bit, and they had some really great hands-on activities for the students. And then on the 18th at night, PTO did a bingo for books, where they collected some books to prepare for the book fair that's coming up. And then February 19th, Grade K had Lindsay and her Puppet Pals, a presentation in the library for all the grade K classrooms. And then grade 3 did some skits on our specials, so our unified arts classes. We had a 3rd grade class demonstrate for the students in the school what it looks like to be a model class during PE. And the class of the week would get a golden sneaker. And where it was a sneaker I took it from home and spray and painted it gold.
Are you gonna put wigs on it?
So, and then, but anyways, we're gonna continue that throughout the building where we have a golden book, a golden paintbrush, a golden musical instrument. And the class will get that announced when we're announcing all of our Blue Jays week, because we wanna reinforce the positive behavior at our Unified Arts time. Also at RMS, we had Read Across America Week. It was really well done by our teachers and our reading specialists. I wanna thank all of them, but also all the students and families who participated during that Spirit Week. Steam Night was really a highlight for March. If you were able to attend, that was a really crowded night, but a really awesome night. And I was lucky enough to, after school that day, try out every mini golf hole. And I'm actually a pretty good mini golfer, but I did not play well on those holes. They were challenging. But I really want to commend the students and the staff, because the students were very passionate about this project, and it goes along with our whole country theme throughout the building. They each made a mini golf hole that represented the country that they're focused on as a homeroom. So for instance, if you were in Mrs. McCabe's 3rd grade class, they did a hole on Ireland, and that's their country because they're in the Europe part of the wing. And this project was great because not only were they using their critical thinking skills and problem solving and collaboration, but they were doing a lot of research and building. So it was really nice. And then grade K had a visit from the Discovery Museum for Forces in Motion. And then, in case you don't know, report cards are coming out on Friday. So check out your parent portal. And I will pass it over. There's some nice pictures as well in the principal's report. Absolutely.
Excellent. And at CSDA, well, we'll be having a school assembly tomorrow, and we'll be giving out our bar awards. This month's theme has been empathy as part of friendship. And again, as Mr. Molinari said, our report cards will be out on Friday afternoon. We've also been, CSDA has also been participating in Read Across America. And Friday's theme is to read my shirt. So we have shirts with some great sayings on it. We want to be able to read everybody's shirt or sweatshirt. That's also the final day for our Kleenex box contest. And that was presented by our librarian, Alana Taylor. And you'll see further down pictures of all the students that had participated as of the other day, as of Friday, this past Friday. And some of the great creations that students made. There's dinosaurs, there's all different references to various books that the students like, but it's amazing what you can make out of a Kleenex box. And I'm actually going to have the librarian hold on to those, because in April, you'll notice that CSDA, we're in the green color of the outline here, and we have lots of activities coming up, but the big one will be our curriculum in STEAM night, April 22nd. So at that time, we welcome all the parents and their children to come in and show off their curriculum and any STEAM or STEM activities that are tied in with that. We will also be starting, notification had gone out for grades 4, 5, and 6 on different dates when they will be having their puberty videos. And again, just a reminder that parents are welcome to contact our PE instructor, Mrs. Van Dyke, if they want to see the videos ahead of time, or if they want to have any conversations with her about it.
Is that one where, do they separate for those, or do they?
Yes,
Yeah,
no, they
okay.
separate. It's really about hygiene.
Yeah.
And understanding that as you grow. So that's good. Also, we have Peter Brown, a visiting author. He's the author of The Wild Robot, which is a favorite book of many students in grades 4 through 6. And it's actually going to be through a Zoom, but we're going to have a school-wide assembly to attend that. So that'll be fun. We also have for grade 4, historically each year, the Brookline High School Red Cross Safety. The students come in and teach safety, and it's basically about home safety that they explain to the students in grade 4. We also have further on in May and June, we'll talk about that next month, but we have more field trips coming up for all the various grades.
And then one other piece, book fair next week here, and then the state is assessing or monitoring our district this year for state testing, and they came for their first visit of 2, and the first visit was a wonderful visit, so that was a good report.
Great. So what does it mean that they're?
So every 5 years, they do an assessment monitoring of schools throughout New Hampshire for
Okay.
the New Hampshire SAS, so it's grades 3 through, was it,
Sass and access.
yeah, what grades, it's 3 through 10 for SAS?
3 through 8 and 11.
3 through 8 and 11, yeah.
Okay.
And then they come in and make sure that we are following the procedures, the protocols, making sure people are trained, so.
Just a quick shout out. I don't know if we were going to talk about it, but the Wizard of Oz play at CSDA, I just wanted to say thank you so much. It was really, really fun to see, and the students seemed like they had a great time. And so thank you for putting that on and putting it together.
That's actually, we have to thank the PTO.
PTO.
They did a tremendous job. Actually, I found in my office yesterday, I was there late and I didn't see somebody come into the office, well, I was by myself, I guess, but they dropped off a framed collage of all the
Oh, I love
photographs.
that.
That's so sweet.
That's great. So we will have that up on the wall. so
Well,
everybody will
thank
be
you to
able
the
see that.
PTO. Yeah,
That's
thank
good.
you.
It was
Yes, they
awesome.
did. The
Yeah.
kids did.
It was very well rehearsed.
Oh,
Right, they
it
knew their
was.
lines, they were
And
on
it
it.
was, and I also appreciate the family's support in us having the PTO come in and have the students show various portions to the students. It gave them a lot of confidence, and the students loved being able to cheer on and support their colleagues, or their peers, I should say.
The kids were super confident.
They were.
I was super impressed for like that age group, how confident they were up on the stage in front of all those people.
Yeah.
I don't know who the kids were that were the
Oh, the
narrators.
narrators, yes.
They
those
were
are-
so funny. Oh my God.
And there was actually approximately 200 in attendance both nights.
That's great.
Oh, that's great.
Kids can do amazing things, can't they? Thank you for calling that out, Tracy. That was really, it's a big one. Great, wonderful. I saw the puberty video for girls. I haven't seen it for boys, but it's very,
no, I was just
very
curious.
appropriate, very, very well done. Great choice of a video, for sure. Great.
It's gotta be a hard choice to find a good.
Anything else from the principal's side? Excellent. Thank you for all of your work, you guys. We appreciate you tremendously. Calendar discussion for 25-26 school year. Do you want to take us through that?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So the calendar looks very similar to what it always does. Teachers would report back August 25th on that Monday. All students would return to school on the Thursday, August 28th, with September 1st being Labor Day. We are looking at 5 early release days for students this year. All but one will be on a Wednesday, and the reason we shifted to that is really for the purpose of co-op students. Our co-op students have the opportunity as sophomores, juniors, and seniors to partake in career technical ed programs at Nashua North, Nashua South, and Alvern, and we are required to align our calendars so that we don't force our students to miss more days than necessary. So Nashua has their early releases on Wednesdays, and so I align them with those. But the January early release day is on the same day that our students are taking midterm exams. So that conflict would have existed anyway, given the midterm exam. What everyone wants to hear about is that the first PD day is November 4th, so that's the historic, first Tuesday in November. And the December holiday is a week and a half, so our students would go to school December 22nd and 23rd. They would be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the entire next week, because we can't return for just one day on the 2nd. So students would return to school on January 5th. So a good chunk of time for a family. We have our historic voting day in Brookline. So that's a PD day, March 10th. And that puts June 18th as the last school day for students, with 5 snow days included. And then June 19th as the last day for our staff.
When do you guys anticipate preschool starting this year?
It'll start the Monday after Labor Day.
After, so the 8th.
The 8th, okay.
Excellent. Are there any other questions about the calendar? Any concerns?
So I know there was some question after we did this last year. So just want to very definitively state that right now the last day of school is June 18th, 2026, pending future snow days. There was some questions I remember last year about this.
So that includes 5 snow days. So
Yes, that includes
for
5 snow days.
example, this year, I mean, we can't call the last day yet. However,
No, because it's supposed to snow.
it snowed on Monday. So anyway, if we don't have any more snow days, we've had 2. So that would put our last day of school for students on June 17th. On
Okay.
the calendar, it goes all the way out to the 20th.
Yes, so I think once we get a more definitive date, definitely we'll just want to pass that information around because I
Oh,
know.
of course. Yeah, we always
Yeah,
do.
that was a big topic of
Definitely don't
discussion.
call it in March. So.
Yeah.
Doing that would
Too
just
long.
that would
Yes.
curse us, so
Yeah.
we definitely don't want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So no, that's the 18th, assuming we use
Please,
5 snow
the
days.
5 snow days. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions around the calendar? Okay, let's move on to revenue, the revenue and expense report, please.
Okay, so as you look at the March 6th revenue expense report, you'll see that we still are in a deficit with our expenses. The deficit is due to contracted special ed staffing and placement changes. There hasn't been a lot of change since our last report, so we still are looking at the fact that we would, here we go. We would have to use our special education expendable trust fund to help cover the deficit as well as some of the retained fund balance. It's a possibility that it could change before the end of the year, and Kelly and I do monitor it monthly, so we would keep you posted, but this is where we stand right now.
Are there any questions? No? Okay. All right. Not yet. Hi, see, I'll get a hang of this eventually. All right, so we're gonna move into some deliberations. We still don't have any members of the community here, so we're gonna continue. The first is to see what action the board will take regarding teacher nominations. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation for teacher nominations as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Lynn, go ahead.
Liz for a second.
I'll
All right.
second.
All in favor? Yep. The next deliberation is to see what action the board would take regarding the proposed 2025-2026 school calendar. I'm just gonna go ahead with this too. So I make a motion to approve the 25-26 school calendar as presented.
I'll second.
Excellent. All in favor? Excellent. All right. Moving on, we have, I know we started doing these a little bit differently, so you'll have to help me out on this if I need to. I want to see what action the board would like to take regarding the reapproval of policy BCA. This is the board member code of ethics. The policy states in part that the school board will review and vote to adhere to the following board member code of ethics at the board organizational meeting each year. Do we need to actually go over that?
We just have to
Because-
re-adopt it.
Have you guys, is everybody seen, is everybody familiar, is
Do
everybody
you want a
okay
minute
with
to read
that? You haven't met with Lynn yet, right? Or
No,
she did?
she did.
Oh, you are the one that, okay, so we can vote on this. Okay, so we would need to do this by roll call. Does anybody need to talk about this? Are you guys comfortable re-adopting our code of ethics? Okay, great. So I'm going to ask that I'm going to make a motion that we, by roll call, will agree to adhere to policy BCA, Board Member Code of Ethics. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Great. If we could do a roll call by name. We'll start with Lynn.
Lynn Powers, aye.
Johanna Shriver Halligan, aye.
Tracy Perry, aye.
Allison Mannion, aye. All right. The next one we have is to see what action the board will take regarding the reapproval of policy DFA, which is investment. This reads in part that at least yearly the school board shall review and adopt an investment policy for the investment of public funds in conformance with the provisions of applicable statutes. this is something we have to review on a yearly basis. The intent is to provide an opportunity, at least yearly, for us to consider investments in large districts that receive tax dollars in a single transfer. There may be a decision to invest as a means of generating revenue. As identified within the current policy, the school district treasurer, working in conjunction with the superintendent and their designee and pursuant to RSA 197:23-A, is authorized to invest the funds in the district subject to specified objectives and standards of care. I'm go ahead and make a motion to adopt policy DFA investment. Do I have a second for that?
I'll say, oh.
Okay. Do we need to have any discussion around this? Anybody, any questions?
I mean,
One question that always comes up is, are we investing? And it's difficult to invest negative dollars,
Right.
so we're good.
So we're not
If that
investing,
helps.
is what I'm hearing.
Okay. All in favor? Excellent. All right, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close public input at 7:32. And do we have anything else that we need to raise?
We have one final motion.
I know. Who would like to make the final motion of the evening?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Fabulous. I'll second that motion. All in favor? Excellent. 7:32, that's a wrap. Nice and quick, team. Thanks.
Okay, the expectation is there.